Good song going on there. First off, I'm sure you want to hear about Russ. Russ had a very successful surgery, and we're really happy with all of the reports. And we don't have any timelines for you at all right now. So then that's all you want to hear. But we don't have anything like that. But he's in really good spirits and really active today, as much as he can be around us and all that, and really happy for the results of the initial part of it. We haven't seen very many doctors that ever say well, it didn't go that well, but no, he went to a great doc and great setup and all that, and it seems like he really maxed out what he could possibly get done.
Can you tell us what went into the decision to have surgery, or was there much of a decision?
There's no decision.
He's never been in that role of injured teammate trying to support guys. How's he handling that side of it?
I just get 30 minutes on the practice field. He was great. He was there. I mean, he did great with. He knows his job is to help Gino and get him ready.
Can you get to the bye and reassess? Is there any ballpark? I mean, I know you have an idea.
That'd be about 4 weeks away. And
what I'm saying is, there's no way you don't have the ballpark.
No, we're not. That doesn't mean I'm sharing it with you. Yeah.
Doesn't mean I won't have.
He will have to have another surgery to have the screws taken out, though. Is that right? Or?
I don't know that either. I don't know that. I really don't. I don't know the answer to that.
As far as you know, what is the rehab process for this kind of injury?
On Russell's scale, he's already doing it. He's already underway.
So, like, what are some of the activities would you do for that?
I don't know. I'm making it up. Squeezing tennis balls. I don't know.
So he'll be here the entire time?
Yes.
You plan on putting him on IR?
We'll see. That's an option.
What have you seen out of, with Gino going, what have you seen out of Jake Luton since he's been here in case he needs to be a backup for you? And how do you kind of view where the position is if Russell's out for a month?
Yeah, well, first off, Jake had some real competitive games that he's played in the league. He came here and he's learning everything. He's doing fine with all of that. Seems to be controlling that so far. But on a level of a first-time guy in a program, in a short amount of time, so he's catching up. But he's been real solid, a really strong arm and all that, and we've seen him be pretty successful in some tough games.
For Gino, how do things change? I mean, obviously there's more reps, but is there anything different with Shane during the week?
I think there's a lot of things that change, in a young guy's mind when he gets this opportunity. I mean, but he's been there a lot. It's just been a while, and I mean, it's not the reps part of it. I mean, he would love to practice every snap every day, and is able to do all of that. He's healthy and strong and tough and physical and all that, and so that none of that's going to be an issue. He's going to love that. He loves the fact that he's got this chance to help his team. That's why he's been here. He's been here for this opportunity when it does arise. And I was so proud of him and so happy for him to be able to jump out there and have a chance to take us down and win a game. We were going down and win a game. And none of us were thinking otherwise. And unfortunately, we get knocked around and stumble and they get a ball and we don't know what would have happened in that situation, so what are you going to do?
The fact that he's been here for 3 years, essentially, how much of an advantage is that now that he has been here for so long?
It's a real advantage. It's a real advantage to him. He's been through everything that we've done. He's gone every step of the way with Russ. They have been, just shoulder to shoulder through all of the process. He's been a great help for us. He's been a great sounding board for us. He's just been an asset, so. And what he's done also, he is prepared to play every single week we've ever been out here. He's always been prepared to go, always worked really hard at it, knew how important that it was to do that, and embraced the opportunity and the role of it. And did, and you can see, look how sharp he was, for jumping in there. He was prepared to do that.
How close is Trey Brown to coming back?
He's going to go this week. He practiced today, and he'll practice starting Wednesday. And if all goes well, then he's competing to get back on the field now.
Gino's always ready. How hard do you think that is? Given that he's been behind a durable quarterback, and Wilson did the same thing with Eli Manning.
Yeah. It's really challenging because Gino, his entire life, has been the best player in his program everywhere he's ever been. And first rounder, and I mean everything about it. I mean that's what his brain is is geared to, is to play and compete and win games and all of that. So that's why I love him so much, because he's been such a great teammate in the time that he's been here, and willing to stick here and wait for his chance. We love him. He loves the program, and so it's been a real love fest in that regard. And now that he gets a chance, and we need him now. We need him to come through and play hard and play great football, and he knows that. And this is what he's been preparing for.
Fans that have only watched him in a few preseason games and a little bit last week, what do you like about Gino? What stands out to you about his game?
First off, he takes great pride in the work, in knowing the details, and he's really verbal. He's really articulate with the football, stuff that he needs to know. He's really sharp with calls and checks and all that kind of stuff. He's a really good athlete. He's got a tremendous throwing arm. He's got a great arm. He can throw the ball a mile. He can throw the ball hard on the move going in both directions. He scrambles. We saw him the other night, and he's a tough competitor too. So he's got good touch too. I mean, he throws the ball impeccably well. I mean, he's got great throwing mechanics and all of that, and so he can make all the throws.
Talked about opponents having success throwing the ball over the top of your linebackers. How have you felt about the progress of Jordan Brooks these first 5 games?
He's working on it. We're working at it. We're going to get better. We're going to get a lot better. This is really an area of improvement for us that's easy. And we've been challenging a little bit more than we need to, and we just got to get our set right. And there's other guys too. They're not just the linebackers. The nickel gets in there, and the DB's getting there at times on different calls and all that. Everybody's got to do a better job.
Geno Smith, what talks did you have in off seasons about coming back and why he was bought in on this? What was the decision?
Yeah, we did do that. When it came time to make the where he had to make a decision, we did talk about it, and just about all of the stuff that you would understand. In that he's playing behind a really durable guy is an all-time QB. In a hard-nosed, tough dude to hurt. Russ has been amazingly durable, and he knew all that. But he loved being here. He loved the system. He knew how much we respected him and how we cared for him. And I talked to him over the weekend. We're shooting a breeze on stuff. And we've been in good communication forever, and so. It just made sense to him, and that's what we're really, we appreciate that he understood that, and so.
When Boykin had to play in 2016, did that make you? Was that the impetus to go out and get a Geno Smith, a guy who's done it in the league and been a starter and suggesting cases right now?
Yes. I don't know that. No, I shouldn't say that convinced me. Dang it, I didn't. That was an art question there. No, it didn't. Sorry. It didn't convince me, but that's the way we should be thinking. Yeah, one guy that's been there and had done that and had the experience and all of that.
Bobby okay?
Yeah, he bumped his knee in the game. He's got a bruised knee.
Ethan Posick is back. Where could he fit into things?
That's one of those ones I didn't have to say anything about, right? Yeah. What's that?
Ethan Posick is back.
Yeah, he's practiced today, and he's going to be out here all week and get going again and re-enter. He's had a very difficult camp and start to the season and trying to get going, and he's really, as you can imagine, he's really excited to be back in here and battling and going. So we'll see how it goes and see how he comes back and see where it fits.
How was Chris Carson's neck feeling coming out?
Big turn. He had a big turn over the weekend, and so we'll see how it goes.
And with Bobby, you don't have any concerns about him?
Not right now. He's got a bruised knee. Sorry, Dave.
With the positive turn for Chris, the major turn in the positive direction, like his neck is getting better, right?
I would never have said that the other way around. Yeah. Come on, Mike. Yeah.
You mentioned how this is Russell's kind of in a new role now, trying to help Geno get ready. What have you seen in that regard so far?
Imagine how if he can figure out a way how he can compete at that, he's doing it, and so he's already, starting to listen to the game plan. He's figuring out where it fits and how it's going to go. He's going to prepare it just like he was playing. That's his plan is to stay as sharp and as fresh as he possibly can.
Michael Dixon's punt. After looking at it in film, I guess what just your thoughts on that whole thing, just kind of how.
Yeah, I thought it was one of the worst plays that ever happened, and it turned into one of the best plays I've ever seen. You know, and we get a kick block, we make a mistake on the protection, and it reminded me of the Willie Mays catch, you know, at the Polo Grounds, you know, because it wasn't about what was really happened there. It was the scoop was ridiculous, and it happened to be spinning on end, you know, and he just scooped it up in full stride, took off to run if he could, and then decided to kick the ball and put the ball in the 6 or whatever the heck it was, you know. Just an extraordinary play. And I have not heard of anybody yet that's ever seen that before. I know maybe you guys know, and you know your vast world of experience in the game, you guys have that nailed, but none of us have ever even seen or heard of that before. The amazing thing to me is the officials knew it. And then when I called the office on Monday, that's today, right? Yeah, whenever it was, I talked to them. They were all on it. They knew the rules and all that, and they knew that the linemen were allowed to be downfield on the second kick, and you know, it just made no sense to me at all. So it was a great play. You know, Mike pulled it off, and that's, you know, his background in all of the games he's played in at home certainly led him to be able to do that, and then just respond in just a flash of an instant to take advantage of the opportunity.
So you were unclear when he made the second kick?
Oh no, I had no idea. I'd like to tell you, I had no clue.
Defensively, have you kind of figured out where the communication is not landing between your staff and the players in terms of executing stuff that you guys are practicing and then getting beat on in the game?
That's four questions there. Yeah, we're working real hard at getting better. Everybody's in on it. We're all together on that.
Just one more about the game. You had two interesting fourth down decisions, obviously, in the first quarter there. Did you, I guess, in retrospect on either of those, did you have any not going for the field goal there and going for it on 4th and 2, and then Kittman and Clinton on 4th and 3, kind of on the possession before that?
Yeah, those depend on where the ball is and situation and the rhythm of it and all that stuff. You know, it's not just, if it was just all analytics, you know, then you'd go for it all the time. You know, and the analytics will tell you that you should always go for it whenever it's you know, close like that. But that doesn't mean that it's always the right decision and it weighs right. It's just important to know what the information is, you know, and then to make the choice. It would have been a really good decision if we made it, you know.
Anything else?
Good.
Thank you.
See you.